Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. We are a few minutes late. Thanks for joining us. I am going to bring Mr. Andy Q.
I just lost you. Oh, no, I got you back. Okay.
How's it going today?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Just getting ready for the holidays. Having a few beverages, trying to ease my anxiety here for about, going.
You cut out again.
Cut out. Can everyone hear me? I wonder, is it
Yeah,
just
not
you?
no, okay. Maybe it's
Maybe
my.
it's my mic. Test, test, test.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me out there in YouTube land? Let's see. Chat, comments.
Can you see them?
There's no one to see. It's seeing if anyone actually texts, makes a little chat notes, but I'm not
So
seeing
it's just
anyone.
me. Is it just me and you?
Yeah, right now it's just me and you chatting. So if anyone
Are you
has
going to
any
win the
questions-
gambit thing?
I'm going to win everything. Sorry, guys. I guess it all goes back to us. I don't think so. No. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, I'm going to try to post a comment here. Make sure we're good to go. We're not missing anything. Test.
Oh, so these people they can't come
No,
into
they
the
should
room
be able to.
like a Zoom meeting thing?
It's not a Zoom meeting. I mean, I can bring people on board,
Oh.
but for the most part, let's see. Chat is disabled. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Okay, that's weird. Let me go back and see why that is. Maybe it's because it's private. Let's see. Hold on.
I can't see. You can't see either.
Source Studio.
You're worse than me with this stuff, and I'm pretty bad with it.
Yeah, no, I definitely using StreamYard here. Haven't used it in a while, but normally it gives us the chats here. So I'm not sure what chat is disabled for this live stream. Why would that be? All right. Well, I think Caitlin and Dave are watching. If you see that, let me know what's up. I wanted to be able to take questions and answer some questions and concerns from everybody out there. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we can do that for some reason. I'm just checking the settings real quick, and then if we can't find any issues or what the issue is, then we'll just go on and get the raffles done and kind of go from there. Let me just check one other spot. Of course, something is going wrong. No comments available. Okay, so they can hear us, but people aren't able to chat for some reason. I don't know if I clicked the wrong button here, but that seems strange.
I have no idea.
I'm going to blame you.
You blame me for everything.
Yeah. So show comments, font tall.
I just draw comics. I don't do the business stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to try one other spot, but otherwise comments should be activated. I'm not sure why that would be. Let's just try one other step here. Source, title, orientation, privacy, public.
Maybe if somebody can hear you, just say, "Hey, can somebody comment to see?"
Yeah, Caitlin said they can't. They're not showing a chat for some reason, which is really frustrating. But we've got 40 people watching right now, so welcome to everybody who's watching. Unfortunately, we can't take questions, but
can they email them to something?
Yeah, if you guys want to email, or let's see, yeah, you can email some questions at Jason or info at Essential Sequential, and I'll keep an eye on that while we are streaming. And that way we can answer some of your questions. I know there's a bunch of people out there who are asking about why it's taking so long to get books and having issues in getting some of their stuff. So let's just forget about that. No. I'll just acknowledge that real quick, that our shipper in Texas is slowly getting stuff out. As you can tell by some of the updates and people commenting, they are getting their stuff. It's just taking them forever to package and get that stuff out. One of the main reasons why is our manufacturer in China did not package them correctly when they shipped them out to the US buyers. So it's taking extra weeks for them to do that properly because there's so many bits and pieces and they don't want to screw it up. So it's taking them extra time to properly process that stuff. So I apologize profusely for how long it's taking, but it is underway and it is going out, however slowly. So,
hey, can I just tell these guys a little bit about behind the scenes of what you go through and the talks that you and I have had about this? I got to tell you,
I started drinking because of it, by the way.
Jason takes everything to heart with this late shipping on the stuff, and we truly apologize. But and there's really no excuse for the lateness on it. But Jason busts his tail to try to get all this stuff done. This guy behind the scenes is really trying his best to make sure everybody gets what they're supposed to get, make sure they get things on time. And I talked him off the ledge a bunch of times, man. Look at his face. A bunch of times. And, Jason would actually call me. One time he called me. I was driving through Sedona, Arizona. And he was really, really not just upset, but it was really bothering him. And it was bothering me too. But, there's really, we're at such a point where all this, there was nothing we can do. We just, the shipper that we used, they're getting it out, I'll bet slowly. And I totally get where you guys are getting your stuff very late. You want to know where it is. And I get it. And I totally get the frustration. But just please be assured you will get your stuff eventually,
It's coming.
Eventually you will get it. But Jason is really busting his behind. He and everybody else, Caitlin, everybody else Jason works with there, they're really, really trying their best to get this done.
No, thanks for mentioning that. I mean, I wish we could see some comments because I'm sure there'll be some, some positive ones and some negative ones, and want to acknowledge, everyone's.
That's fine.
Issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't blame anybody for being pissed off.
I've been on Kickstarter, myself for over 15 years, and there's been plenty of projects that not just late, they just disappeared. They just were like, all right, we've raised $1 million and we're out.
I had a good friend of mine that's in the business. I'm not going to mention his name, but he called me. He goes, "Hey, where's my book?" I go, so I gave him actually, one of the couples that I have, I went out to lunch with him. I gave him one, but yeah. So, it's not just like, don't think you're getting singled out or anything like that, and you will eventually get your stuff,
I see tracking numbers are popping up every day. One of the many issues that we've had was BackerKit, the platform that we used, isn't updating and syncing with Easy Ship is the shipping platform that we used. And we were guaranteed a white glove service for this project before we signed on. And honestly, whenever we had an issue or whenever we needed a report, we'd have to go and have them program something specially for us. And that would take days or weeks to get them to get back to us. So whenever there was a problem, it wasn't an easy fix. It had to go to like a whole system of, well, how do we do? It wasn't very intuitive of how to update and how to get the information we needed. So much so that they told us we should just hire someone younger to work the platform. And we're like, what are you talking about? Like, how is that, a good way to help us help our customers? So we obviously, that was the last time we used them, for this platform. Now, it could just be that I'm a dummy and don't know how to use it, but the shippers are having same problems. They're just, with the tariffs and importing back last fall when we didn't know what was going on. So that took an extra at least 2 months to figure out what we were going to do. And the only thing we did, not the only thing we did, but one of the things we had to do was we had our, Chinese printers ship all the international stuff out directly, which was a cost to us to make sure that there wouldn't be an additional holdup, but also they were able to get their products without any additional tariffs or taxes. so that was another thing that, took extra time, which unfortunately pushed things back, several months. The stuff that, China didn't package stuff properly, that just added weeks and weeks of, extra time frame. So there's,
Also,
certain things.
This was the largest Kickstarter that you did, right?
Yeah, so far, this was the biggest one that we've done.
So it kind of maybe it got overwhelming. And honestly, I really thank everybody for supporting it. This really the support and the response on it was overwhelming. It was great. But maybe that had something to do with it too. Just had overwhelmed with it.
Oh yeah, it was very much overwhelming. I guess that's the best part. So much so, I was joking with someone who came up to chat with me at a convention, and I was like, I had to refill my Xanax prescription like a few extra times to to be able to process everything. It's
relax.
It's losing sleep. It's letting everyone down that have supported us, in a big way, and that doesn't feel good. They're not being able to get our promised product out on time. So that takes its toll, because I'm a fan just like everyone else, and want to and spend good money on stuff and want to get that product in hand. So it definitely is something we're working to make better, and embarrassed that it obviously has taken this long to get out. But rest assured, moving forward, we're still producing books, but we've totally revamped how we're doing them in the future. So one of the cool things we wanted to do with your project was offer these really cool, different exclusive items that can only be gotten through Kickstarter. So like the sketchbooks or the notebooks or the stickers or the giclées and the silk screens. We all wanted to make, really cool product and merch that everyone would really enjoy. The problem is that now, they're shipping and being manufactured by 3 or 4 different spots around the world. So they have to come from different areas, and those then have their own, hurdles to facilitate. So moving forward, we're just like, all right, we can't do that, because people get pissed off that, there's additional shipping costs. There's different, importing if they're outside the country. There's holdups if stuff gets lost, if stuff gets damaged. So, we're just going to kind of not do those types of products, in the future, or revamp them so that they can be properly facilitated without such a headache on, everyone's part. So, at the end of the day, we hope everyone enjoys their rewards once they get them. Most of the feedback's been pretty good, that we read online.
The book looks great. Everything really, really looks great.
I really like how it came out. I'm happy that you like it. I think the most important thing is that you like it, because it's representative of your work and your career, during the X-Men stuff. So, having your and by the way, you picked out most of the art yourself that you wanted to include. So if anyone doesn't like the art, so just so everyone knows, all the artists we work with have a hand in all of these projects. Andy scanned most of the art himself. He wrote a lot of the editorial. He wanted to pick and choose which images that he wanted in there. So at the end of the day,
I got a lot more.
There's more for a second volume. So hopefully we'll be able to get to that once we, clear this stuff out and make sure that nothing like this happens again.
We have to,
So definitely. That's what we're definitely focusing on, making sure that, everyone gets fulfilled properly, that if there's any issues that they're taken care of. All I ask, and I think, this goes for Caitlin and, other the guys we work with, is we're doing our best we can. We work in good faith. If people are going to be rude or obnoxious or entitled, we're not going to,
and you deserve
it. Oh yeah. Listen, there's no reason to be rude about it. We're very patient and understanding, but we're doing our best. So if someone's going to be rude about something, you yell and scream, it's not going to be received very well. And it's not to say you're not, it's not, genuine, or, it's not reasonable. I guess we're just saying that, be reasonable about it. Like, we want to help. We want to make you happy. That's the end of the day. We want you to enjoy, what we've created for you. So just keep that in mind. Most people have been amazing. Most people have been very patient and generous and understanding. The few people that haven't, I try to make phone calls, a few times a week, just to say hello and let people know that we're not just running away with their money, that, these are the hurdles that we've had and encountered. And, it's unfortunate, but it's the reality that we have. We've talked about me going out to Texas and finding a new shipper to take everything and reship everything, but that wouldn't work because that would just take extra months of time to facilitate that. So it didn't make sense to potentially, just take everything to another shipper. So we did look at that, but that definitely wouldn't, have helped. Someone had said, well, why don't you yell and scream, at the shipper to get their shit done. And
you did.
I have to an extent, but then they didn't get the product in the way in which it was supposed to be gotten, all packaged. So they're within their right to be like, well, F you guys, we're not going to do it, and that again wouldn't be helpful to anybody. So, one of the things we talked about was future, if anyone's interested in future projects, we're going to have a special discount code so that, all the future projects, you'll get, some extra stuff for being patient and supportive. Obviously, this left the bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, which is understandable. Hopefully, when you do get your books and stuff, you'll appreciate the quality and the amount of work and time and effort we put into trying to make it, special for you. We've got a few emails that came in. Let's see. Zulay is watching. He asked, where does Andy get his inspiration to continue doing his art? Does he find the same things motivate / inspire him that once did?
I love drawing. I love drawing pretty much anything. It's just for love and passion of doing it. That's the only inspiration I got, pretty much. I just really, really enjoy it. I was talking with actually Dan DiDio about it. He told me, he goes, you've been doing this 40 years for a living. And
40, that's it?
40, yeah, 40 years. And that kind of hit home a little bit. And you got to love it to be able to do it 40 years. And knock on wood, it's been able to make a living at it. So, it's been awesome. I do it all over again, just the same exact way. I
spoke questions.
Been real fortunate through
what's been a highlight, I guess, during your?
I had a lot of highlights. It's tough to nail one down.
The time you met Steve Ditko, was that a highlight?
That was a memorable highlight, a long time ago. I wish I could memorize it more. I wish I had a cell phone at the time. That was in the early, that was like 1981 when I started out lettering. My father taught me how to letter, and I got a job through, what was the guy's name again? His last name was Snyder.
Scott Snyder?
No, not him. I don't think he was born yet. What was it? He worked with Steve Ditko. Anyway, he asked me to do a lettering job with Steve, and I said yes. And he sent me the pages, and this one I lived in northern New Jersey, and I said when I'm done with it, I could take it in. I was going into Manhattan. We were only like 40 miles from Manhattan, so I said I could drive it in and take it up to a studio. So I did. And I met him up in his studio. He had a place on Times Square, and he had stacks. All I really remember was stacks of original art. There's a lot more to the story that I won't get into right now, but some other time I'll get into it. If we do it,
you were doing work.
Into it, but we'll move on.
Did you mention you were letter, like you were working on his art, right? Like you actually had a job.
Yeah, I hand lettered. Yeah, hand lettered it. That's how I kind of broke in and got into the business. And he was like one of the first things that I had lettered. Funny part is, I didn't know who he was.
I had no idea.
I had no idea, dude. I grew up reading DC comics. I didn't read Marvel comics. I never went. Wasn't a collector. I don't know if I was such a fan, but I read all my dad's stuff, the war stuff. But he was an editor, and he brought all that home. I read Superman, I read Batman, but I never really read Spider-Man because I never went to a store to get that, and I didn't really know anything about it, and I had no idea who Steve Ditko was at the time.
Because he's just he was a notorious recluse, right? Just not interested in chatting or going into the comic,
I did man. I knew nothing about him when I met him. I just went up there and just delivered it and had a exchange with him. That was about it.
No, it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting. I wish I would have been able to say hello, being able to meet the guy, as I guess many collectors do.
Yeah.
But there's a few guys like that right, that don't really want to be included or involved in the community for whatever reason?
Well, I don't know. I remember meeting Jack Kirby when I was little. I swam in the swimming pool in Thousand Oaks, California, when I was a little kid. We actually went to one of the first San Diego Comic Cons in the early '70s.
Did you pee in his pool?
I was a little kid. So what do you think? Is that why it turns really blue?
There's a few questions. A few more questions. Bob says, Jason, I got my book. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Antonio Clark says, what's a property that Andy hasn't worked on that he would like to? I met you guys in Jersey and even drew a picture of Andy. Go be super. Antonio Clark.
I remember him. Yeah.
At Dewey's?
Dewey's, yeah. That was just a couple of weeks ago.
That was a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
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 Thank you for the picture. I really, really appreciate that, Antonio. It was real nice meeting him too. Real sweet guy.
I think, was Antonio the guy we posted the video of? His wife got him the box that she videotaped. I think that was him.
I don't know.
But that was nice. Let's see. Tony Fry asks, hey, Jace, how are you dealing with Disabled Chat on YouTube? Big fan of Andy's work and was curious if he does commissions throughout the year. And if so, how does one go about inquiring about one? Love the book and honored to have a rough breakdown page, from the Batman book he worked on. Well, Tony, there's 1 or 2 spots left. I think there's 1 spot left on Essential Sequential if you go there now. We took 5 extra requests.
How many are there altogether?
We only took 5 extras.
So how many are there altogether?
5.
Oh, that's it? Just 5?
Yeah, we just took 5. So I think there's 1 or 2 spots left. But there's going to be about a 12-week lead time in getting.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff I got to get done in the next few months that I can't really spare time to do. Those commissions take me a while to do. And I have to. My regular comic work has to take precedent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got deadlines on them. So once I get those done, then I could usually do those things.
Yep.
So I know what I have to get done up to that point.
Yep. So they'll get there. Just like most.
Yeah, things. I'll definitely get there because I enjoy doing them. I really do. But it just takes a while to get to them sometime, and they do take me a while to draw.
Is there something you love to draw? Is there?
Pretty much any character, except Star Wars. Asked me to draw, and I'll never do. Somebody asked me to draw on one of the blank sketch covers. I think it was a Star Wars one. I guess it was Star Wars. Yeah. Luke Hamill, or Mark Hamill. I'm sorry, Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker.
negative 10 point, negative 10 nerd points.
One of the worst drawings I ever did, and I had a horrible time doing it. And I just said, I'm not doing like this or these things anymore. I'm done.
Let's see, Gary Rickelman saying, is there a chance we can get a Sam Keith art collection? I would die for this. I would love to do a Sam Keith book. He's one of my favorites. If we can get in touch with him and ask, that would be great. Let's see. Someone just said, Tony's saying, if there's a way to, he's saying I can potentially add chats real quick. Assign YouTube Studio, top right, create, go live, under construction. All right, let me see if I can do that real quick. But in the meantime, let me get you another question or two while I look at that.
Go ahead.
Antonio, I can't pronounce your last name, says can't wait for volume 2. Count me in. Too bad comics were disabled on the live stream for me. I'll continue to be patient. Full confidence in you. Thank you, Antonio. Really appreciate that. Cam asks, who are your favorite X-Men characters to draw and why?
Oh, why? Oh gosh, Gambit is probably one of the first ones. He was the first X-Men that I think I had really drawn anyway. And I think one of the first times I had drawn him were on the cover to 266. And that kind of helped me cement my way into actually getting onto the regular X book. I don't know did I ever tell you how I got that cover?
No.
I think I wrote it in the book. I'm pretty sure.
Nobody reads that stuff. I just look at the picture.
I was up at Marvel actually kind of looking for work at the time. And I was in Bob Harris's office. I think I was doing like some sporadic Conan work. I was just getting my just starting to pick up traction as far as getting work up at Marvel.
Right.
And I was in the X office, and Bob Harris was the editor, and I think I was showing him, might have been Batman Predator pages. I'm not too sure, or Adam Strange pages. I forget which one it was. And he said, "Hey," he goes, "would you like to draw a cover for Uncanny X-Men?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "I got this new character. I got the designs all done, but I need it done. I think I had to turn it around by the next day. I had to get it all done." And I said, "Sure, I'll do it." And so they gave me Jim Lee's designs. And I'm pretty sure Jim, I think, was supposed to draw that cover, but he just didn't have time to do it. So I drew it, and I drew it overnight. And we had no idea that it was going to take off the way it did. So, yeah, that was a good one to get. And I was in the right place at the right time. That's where I said I was pretty fortunate with my career, staying in the right place at the right time. I like drawing Cyclops. I like drawing Beast. I like drawing Wolverine. I like drawing Rogue. I like drawing Psylocke. There's really not that many of them I don't like drawing. Even, when we did the
cover.
No. The cover was fun too. The commission drawings for the Kickstarter, on the green paper, the full figures, and I wanted to draw all the characters. I didn't want to just draw all Gambits or all Wolverines or anything, because I just wanted to draw them all. When he did that cover, that was the first time I had drawn all of them in years, and I did that. I wanted to try to do it without looking at their costume reference, because I hadn't really drawn them probably in 25 years or so. A lot of them anyway. It was mostly Gambits and Wolverines that I drew. But the only one that I messed up was on Rogue a bit, on her. I think some of her badging. That's what I got wrong. But the rest I pretty much kind of remembered, which I was pretty shocked at.
Well, you did it for like what, 25, 30 issues, right?
X-Men?
Yeah.
I drew it for 6 years.
So 6 years.
6 years. 6 years. I probably averaged 7, 8 issues a year during that. So you could do the math.
I can't do math. That's too much. But let's see. We got a few other questions. Chris Ferguson, is that a Dean Cromwell painting behind your?
No, Mead Schaefer. Close though. Dean Cornwell, I think he's talking about. I know his work, and I'd like to pick up a piece of that too. I love early American illustrators, and that's hanging up in my dining room.
Oh, okay. So there you go, Chris. Let's see. Sean Irwin. Let's see. Haven't gotten mine yet, but still looking forward to it, and especially to see which remark I scored. Appreciate the stream and the dialogue throughout all of the issues. You've done me several small favors over the years, and always more than friendly in conventions. That means far more to me than a few hiccups with these campaigns. I don't know if that was meant for everybody, but I'm going to brag a little. For me, any hints you can share about what other Kickstarters you'll be doing in 2026? For Andy, I love the Gambit / Robin cover that recently came out. Awesome seeing Gambit charged up the oversized Joker card. Oh, I'm assuming that's the Marvel DC crossover image that you did, right?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to do. Thank you.
I did not see that one yet. But I guess I just
get it up, aren't you?
Now I got to go take a look. I'll have to find it. I'll have to find it. All right. Well, I tried to see if I can restart the chat function. Someone said it's because maybe we didn't make it for kids or all ages applicable, but I did do that originally. So apologies for everyone who can't make a chat or a note in here, but please, if you'd like to send questions to info@essentialsequential.com, we'll read it on air. And I guess in the meantime, why don't we do a giveaway, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah. How do you do this? How do you pick it out?
So I can show you how we're going to do it in 1 second. Let's see. I'm trying to read emails as we go as well. Let's see. How much? Tony's asking again. How much does Andy use photographic reference, or does he draw mostly from his imagination? Did his father encourage drawing from life for photographic reference, or just the opposite? You and your brother are outstanding illustrators, as your father is on the Mount Rushmore of comic artists.
Yes, he is. Thank you. That's really, really nice. My father hammered it home in my head to learn how to draw. I use next to actually none photographic reference. If I want to get like, of course, I'm drawing something specific, like a specific landmark or a specific, I draw G.I. Joe stuff. So sometimes a specific weapon, that kind of thing. Of course, I'll use reference on that. But no, I don't. As far as figure work and things, I just draw it. Sometimes it comes out a little wacky, but I try my best to get it right. But I feel that sometimes that when it's not from a photograph, that it gives a certain realism to it. If you can understand what I mean. When things are like totally from photographs, or they're I don't know the term. I don't use computers or anything like that. When you I don't want to say trace, but when you use those things, it kind of takes the life out of the drawing, And plus, I do a lot of prep work as far as the storytelling and the layout. So as you can see in those roughs that those preliminaries that you guys got, those look quick and everything. But let me tell you, there's a lot of work involved, and most of it's thinking work. Now I do my roughs on the iPad Pro. Back then I used to do it on the 11 by 17 paper. No, in answer to your question, I use no photo ref for the most part. Maybe I should, but I don't. Sometimes, if I want to get a special lighting thing, maybe I'll just take like a head lighting. I'll take a photo with my phone of the lighting's on my face, or my wife's face, or my dog, or something like that. But that's about the extent of it.
I think I figured out how we can get live chat in. So let me see if that works as you're talking. So I'm trying to multitask. So if I seem like
as I'm staring through my answers,
I'm staring blankly into the space, into the void.
It's not early. It's 11:30 out here.
So I don't know if you guys are able to, let me see if comments get posted again. Oh, there we go. It works. Okay, good. So it looks like we got it to work. Yeah. So if you look on your side, Andy, there's a little comments tab that you should be able to see people, commenting. LPAGs, hi, Andy and Jason. So there we go. It's
okay. Where would that be? Is it that? Nope.
Sean Irwin says hello.
Okay.
It should be on my side. It's on the right-hand side.
Comments. Test, it works. Oh, I see you. I see the chat. Do you see me?
I mean, I see you.
Okay. You do see me. Oh, I can kind of see you.
Okay. Yeah, it's apparently it was because I put 4 kids, and that's what took it off. If it was not for kids, then we can chat, I guess. That was the
thank you, Odin son. I appreciate that.
Well, there's Travis.
Hello, Travis.
Okay, cool. So I'm glad I got something to work for once.
Hey, Jason, this one's for you. Tax advice guy.
I can definitely use some tax advice. Wait, where's the tax advice?
It's
at the top.
Yeah. Do I remember my 20th Bob Reback? Hey, Bob. No, I don't remember it. Evidently, you do. How you doing, Bob?
Was it a good time?
I guess. It was in my house in Dover. I think my wife had it for me.
All right, so let's do.
I still have photos from it.
Was it fun?
From what I remember, that was a long time ago.
All right,
I'm trying to figure out how long it is. 25, 35. How old am I?
How old are you?
Gosh, I'm
like 24 now, right? At least.
Going to be 25, so I'm going to have my birthday party soon. I am 60. Teresa, how old am I? 63? Teresa's 63.
What would you do without Teresa? I wonder.
Dude, I'd be so lost. I wouldn't know where I am. I just sit in my little room and draw pictures.
Antonia says, "Hello, guys. Thanks for kind words. He said about me earlier. Meeting you was simply amazing. That made my day.
Thank you, Antonia. Really nice
that actually made my day. Hearing that someone liked our stuff was important. That he, enjoyed the products that we made was definitely. I
tell you, you never really think of the way when I'm sitting and drawing. I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing and trying to, get involved with it and everything like that. It never crosses my mind how it affects people and, the people that read it until I really go to conventions or store signings and things like that. So hearing like how it affects people and how it got them through certain situations, when they read my X-Men stuff and, helped them out through things and whatever, is just pretty heartening to hear that. It's kind of feel nice. It's kind of neat. It's not kind of neat. It is very neat. It's very humbling too.
Absolutely. No, I get to be in the peripheral of seeing these engagements, and several times when people come up to Klaus, or we used to travel with Tim Sale. And I remember once we went to Paris for a show, and a young woman came up and was like, "Oh, is Tim Sale going to be here?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we work with Tim. He'll be here in about 20 minutes." She started like tearing up, like the fact that she's going to meet Tim and tell him how his stories meant so much to her, that they got her through so many of these different difficult times, was amazing to witness. And it happens, frequently at shows. I think, it just, I don't know. It's really cool to see, that those engagements with fans coming up and saying, how your stories and art have changed their lives, or at least made a difference, or got them through a bad time that they were having. So, let's see. The first one, we'll give away some signed, autographed books of Uncanny #1. And how we're doing this is we created a Wheel of Andy, which has numbers from number 2, because the first column was a test, all the way down to 1988. Now, those lottery ideas represent names or backer IDs that we have through BackerKit. So that's how we're going to record who gets what. And you'll be able to see it all on stream here. If these go international, duties, fees, taxes, whatever, are on you guys. If you don't want me to send it, please let me know and I'll send it elsewhere. I'm going to send out an email once the stream is over with, "Hey, you won this. Please give me your updated mailing information," so we have that correct. And next week we'll get that out as soon as possible. We'll probably include some stickers or book plates or bookmarks or other cool stuff that I have. I think I've got some notebooks and sketchbooks that I'll include, just as little, holiday thank yous for everyone's patience and support and kindness, for not, kneecapping me during the last month of all this stuff. So I'm super, thankful for you guys supporting us in the first place, and
maybe put on some body armor.
Going out into the world, into conventions, looking over my shoulder, waiting for someone to, toss eggs at us that, we're super late. But again, we just want to make sure that, we try to respond as quickly as possible to let you know we're not disappearing. We're not going anywhere until you get your stuff. We're doing the best we can. That's reasonable. I know some people have asked for some unreasonable things, like, well, why don't you just send us a softcover book? And obviously we can't do that because A, we don't have enough inventory, and B, it's another $50 to $75, $80 to ship those out. And that's just not, not feasible for us to do. So hopefully that you guys, think that feel it's worthwhile. I'll just make a few comments. I guess people asking. Let's see, Travis. I love the silkscreen I got. I'm still pending the rest, but happy to wait. Totally understand challenges you guys face. Thank you so much. Carl, love the book and the extra goodies. My pledge number stops at 1988. Yeah, your backer kit number or your backer pledge number is definitely different than the number here. So your name will correspond with one of these numbers, and that's how it'll attach itself to whatever winner it chooses. Okay. Oh yeah. Caitlin wrote there. Other than that, let me see. All right, let's give it a go. So
what are you going to give away first?
The first one is an Uncanny #1 that's autographed by Mr. Kubert. We're gonna. Can everyone see this? It's clicking.
Jason, how many things you got to give away? I thought we talked. You got.
I added a bunch more because it's Thanksgiving, and I wanted to make sure that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So number 517, you get removed from the bin of the next few, but number 517, we scroll here and we look that 517 is Kevin Flanagan.
Congratulations.
Kevin Flanagan. Congrats, Kevin Flanagan. If you happen to be watching, you can email me with your updated information. If not, or reach out, or maybe Caitlin can reach out because I know she has nothing better to do than help us with this stuff. Let's see. Oh, wait, I downloaded this thing. I don't know. I thought that was fun. A little clapping. Let's see. Any comments there? I'm just going through. Congrats, Kevin. All right, let's do. Wait, Kevin. Kevin Flanagan was the other one. So we've got another Uncanny X-Men signed.
I may have to, Jason, I might have to bolt off on this pretty soon.
Okay.
All right.
We'll try to get through a few of these for the big one. And because I know we chatted a little bit too long, I blame you. 10, 12.
I'm so chatty.
Is Danny Bergman.
Congratulations. What Danny get?
Bergman. He got an autographed copy of X-Men.
Awesome.
Uncanny X-Men #1. Very good for you. Let's give away a puzzle. I tried doing this thing and I wanted to jump out the window. Apparently, I'm not good with puzzles.
So, I gave one to my neighbor. They had the toughest time doing it.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a puzzle. Uncanny. It's 1,000 pieces. If you like puzzles, cool. And it's number 1838. 1838 is, where are you, Mr. or Mrs. 1838 is Bella Kuzi.
Congratulations.
Bella Kuzi. Very good. Okay, Bella. Okay, I've got a few door posters. I think someone said we like those, and they look like this. Someone was a bit unhappy with the design of these. However, we did post them on the Kickstarter that this is what they look like. What we didn't show was we added the line art on the back, so it's reversible. I thought that was kind of cool. So each poster has, you can display it color or black and white.
They're about 6 foot tall, right?
Yeah, it's a little over 6 feet. I think it's pretty awesome. We used some better paper stocks. So yeah, I was pretty happy the way these came out. So the door poster, we've got $701, which is 701 Mr. or Mrs. Person. Boop doo. I guess I could do this probably a quicker way if I didn't have a pen in my hand. 701, 701, 701. Johnny Monster or Johnny Fuller. Johnny Fuller. Congrats, Johnny Fuller. We have a door poster for you. That gets taken out there. Okie doke. Here we have one of the notebooks, the little moleskins. Someone just asked recently if we'll sell these extras, but at the moment, we're waiting until everything gets shipped out before
those came out great.
Available. These came out really cool. I don't know if you guys saw them, but inside there's little blue lines that you can draw with. Actually, you can't see on the side here, but you'll like it. Trust me. And that is 1376. 1376 is, where are you? 1376.
So you're going to ship all these things out from you, right? From there?
Yep. These are all here, so no one has to wait. I wanted to make sure I can get these out next week. And this is Justin Aloseri. He won one of these sketchbooks.
Do you want to do the drawings next? Because I'm going to have to get off this. I'm sorry. I got to get done.
No, I'm not going to let you. How about that? Yeah, let's do some of the art ones. All right, let's do the other ones. I have a CGC one, but we can do that after. Let's start with Sean Crystals.
And it was awesome that those guys did it. You know, that Sean did that, and it looks fantastic too.
So yeah, Sean and these guys did a really great job. Yeah, I guess you can't see it that way, but anyway, this is the piece. It's about 11 by 14. It's ink over blue line. It is Sean Crystal doing the inks and candies.
Nobody knows where he did that. He did that on a live stream, right?
Yeah. So if you go to inkpulp.com, you'll be able to find some of the actually the video of them creating it. So
we were all on the live stream with it.
It was pretty fun. Let me just take this off so you guys can see.
Someday I'll find that original literature.
Well, Finch inked one for you too, right?
Yes, he did, and I have that.
I wanted to steal that one.
He very nicely gave it to me. It was really nice.
Okay, number 738 is the big winner for the Sean Crystal piece. Congrats. And that is 738. 738 is Miss Michelle Skibitsky. Michelle Skibitsky. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Congratulations. Got a great piece. It was really nice.
Congratulations, indeed. That deserves a. Where is it? That deserves a. Yes. Can you hear that, Andy?
I can hear it.
Oh, no, but can you hear the applause?
No, it doesn't sound like applause.
What about this?
It sounds like static.
Now? Can you hear boos?
What are you doing? A hearing test with me? I'm going to fail it.
I download these things especially just for you. But anyway. All right, so the next one is Jim Mafu. Jim Mafu did an amazing.
Yeah, that was beautiful too. I love seeing different takes on it, things, different styles or whatever. They both look great. This looks great too. I really, really like this one. I like the other one.
I was hoping I could keep this one, but I mean, I couldn't. So
well, maybe he'll do another one for you.
He owes me a Harley and Ivy, actually. I keep bugging him, but he hasn't done it yet. So next I see him, I'm gonna give him a hard time. Okay, so the Jim Mahfood Wolverine is going next. And it is number 334. Congratulations. 334, who is 334. David Mandel.
Oh, congratulations.
We know Dave.
We know Dave. Congratulations, Dave.
Congrats, Dave. Appreciate you. All right, now here's the one that everyone's been waiting for. Which is this sad sack. It's what, 9x12 inks on paper. Okay, let's give that one a go. Let me just take this off so everyone can see what's popping up. Now, I will say another collector's reached out saying whoever wins this, he's willing to buy it off of them. So,
or I could draw another one.
Or you could draw another one. But all right, so the Andy Kubert Gambit is 1013. 1013 is, where are you? 1013 is Keith Correa. Correa?
Well, congratulations, Keith.
Correia. Congratulations, Keith. We'll be in touch with you momentarily. I think we put some other disclaimers on there, like you have had to have paid for your Kickstarter stuff. So as long as you guys are in good standing there, it'll be sent out. Some people have canceled pledges, so obviously if they're in here, they're going to be taken out, and I'll just do a private drawing and send it elsewhere. But outside of that, let's do one more before you go, because it's Thanksgiving, and I wanted to show how thankful we are of everybody, and that is this one is from my collection. It's a 9.9 graded
X-Men 25?
X-Men 25 foil variant.
Wow, it's a 9.9?
Yep.
Is there, I can't see it. Is that like, that's not the one with the gold.
It's not the one with the hologram. It's the foil. It's the Mexican foil variant.
Oh, so that's the reprint one. Okay.
So it's the reprint.
Okay.
But it's signed by you. I mean, I can sign it if you want, but that won't.
That's really nice. You're throwing that in there?
We're gonna throw this one in there because I thought you guys might appreciate it, and I didn't know how else to say thank you for everyone's patience with all this stuff going down. So,
hey, can I take a quick look to see if there's something I could throw in?
Sure.
Would that be okay?
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'm gonna run this raffle while you go take a look.
Okay, so whoever wins it, I could ship it from here, right? You can send me the label.
Ship it here, you can send it to me, and I can ship it out. Whatever.
Whatever happens. Let me go. Just certainly take a look. I don't know if I can.
All right, go take a look. I'm gonna chat with these guys for a bit. So,
okay.
This is for the CGC 9.9. I don't know if I put there it is. So it's this one that we're going to be raffling off. So It's like The Price is Right, I think. 928. So 928 is Julian Gortores. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Julian, you've won the 9.9 CGC. We'll get that out. We're probably including some stickers and stuff from the Comics Code Authority as well for everybody. We've got the door posters. I think Andy's going to go take a look to see what else he has.
Okay, I do have something.
What do you got? Here, hold on. Let me.
Okay, wait a second. This one is actually from my comps, and I had this with a little remark on it. X-Men 25, a little Wolverine head on it.
Oh, shoot.
This one is actually, if this one doesn't get like a 9.8, because this one came out of my box of comps.
So that's one from the 90s, yeah? That's an actual.
This is from this is one they gave me after I drew the cover. After I drew the book, they would send me a whole bunch of comps on it.
So that one actually has the actual hologram.
This one's got the actual hologram on it. Yeah. So this is an actual copy, and I did a
Wolverine sketch.
Does it come over backwards on your thing? Like
no, they reverse it so you can see it.
Okay.
Right side up.
That one. Yeah, this one's good shape.
Oh, cool.
So I'll give this one away.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring this up.
And I'll put this aside. Don't let me forget, because I got to send that to you. I know I forget about what I got, So,
can you just put a post-it note on that so we don't forget?
I will when I bring it back in. You got to, please send me an email or something, text me so I remember about that.
Absolutely. And Jason made a note that wanted to pop in and say Caitlin has been a tremendous asset to us dealing with people with class and grace. She needs a raise. Totally true. She's been very helpful in making sure I don't have heart attacks and panic attacks. Actually, the first day I had a panic attack, which wasn't pleasant. And then Caitlin has been helping me with all this stuff so I don't jump out the window, quite literally. So, all right, let's do this last one and see who has won a sketched X-Men 25
with a little Wolverine remark on it.
Little remark.
Yeah.
1092 is Matt Kimmery.
All right, Matt. Congratulations.
I think that was the guy that said he'll pass. He didn't want to come into the thing because he didn't get his book yet. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if that. Okay, so you'll send that to me next week, or I'll give you a label.
We'll get it. Yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah, but we'll get that out of there.
Okay. All right, I got to get going. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Really, really appreciate it. Appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you backing the Kickstarter. Appreciate all your patience for waiting forever for the books to get there if you guys haven't gotten there yet. And I'm glad that you did overall. You guys liked whatever came out. So
most people liked it, but those other guys, I think it was your fault.
Not everybody liked it, but anyway, yeah, that's it, man.
So, thanks for joining us, Andy. Appreciate you taking the time as always. Hopefully we'll do something like this again. Once we get through all this stuff, we'll do another project as long as you're open to it.
I'm always open to it. I just have to have the time.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Enjoy
right,
your time off. I'll bug you in the next week.
Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to everybody else that's on here. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay, cool. There's Andy heading out to get ready for Thanksgiving. I have one or two more things. If you guys are sticking around, I'll give away a few more signed copies of the book Uncanny X-Men #1. If you have nothing else to do, I guess. Why not? So here we go. This is for a signed Uncanny X-Men #1. And that's number 479. 479 is stupid 479. Josh Pugsley. I got you, Josh. Is anyone still here? Did you guys all bail? Anyone still want to do any more giveaways? Because I got 2 more signed books. What else do I have? I think that's mostly it. I guess I can give away some Andy art, but I'm sure he wouldn't. No, I can't give any more of his stuff because I don't have any. All right, so I have a few more of these guys that are autographed. And this is number 245. 245. 245. 245. You are Greg Moss. Greg Moss. Gotcha, Greg. Congrats. Let's see. What else do we got? What else should we give away? I don't know. I guess I shouldn't be drinking before giving away stuff. Makes me want to give away more stuff. One last copy of Uncanny X-Men autograph signed by Andy Kubert. Number 360. 360. 360 is Derek Padilla. Cool, Derek, congrats. I think we gave the puzzle away. So the puzzle should be good. We've got 5 books that we've given away. We've got the doorpost. You know what I'll do? How about we'll do one more door poster because I brought some of those up, and then we'll include some bookmarks and stickers and stuff that we have here as well. I don't know. Is anyone here? Did anyone win anything here, or is these all just getting mail orders? Did anyone actually pop up that was in the chat? That'd be kind of neat if they were, but this is going to be for the second door poster. For the other door poster. So the door poster again is here. Some people have asked about purchasing them separately. We printed about 10% overages in case of damages or losses. So I do have some extras here. However, they're a little bit more expensive than what we sold them for on the Kickstarter because of tariff. These did get tariffed and taxed extra, as well as the shipping was a bit more than what we expected. So we took a little bit of a loss on the Kickstarter on this. So these are going to be a little bit more once we have them available for sale. But currently, this one is going to be given away to one of you lucky people. And the other door posters for number 24. And that is Brad Coleman. Cool. So we got Brad. We do have extra slipcases. And I also made a few artist proofs of the limited edition book. So again, once we finish, or once Texas finishes shipping everything out and there's no losses or damages, we'll be able to make those available to whomever wants one. I'm hoping before the end of the year this stuff gets out and we're all cleared up. But my worry is that, if I make them available or they sell them and then someone has an issue with their book, that there won't be one available for them. So there are some overages in some of the extra items and add-ons that we'll make available on the website once we're finished with the project itself. So, please keep in touch. We'll definitely try to get you whatever you like. If there's any problems, you can email Caitlin and CC me at info@essentialsequential. We've been sending any of the emails, any shipping email issues to the shipper, letting them know that if there's damages or if they left something out, that they need to be rectified as soon as possible. So they are, again, super slow. We won't be using them for future projects, obviously. But we've totally revamped how the future, Marvel Art of books will be going. Someone asked previously what we're working on next. We are working on an Arthur Adams cover art of book. Let's see, we're already about over 4. That would be exclusive to you guys, to Kickstarters, but with all the issues we had here, we're kind of have to reevaluate how to do that properly so that there's not such a headache in shipping and packaging and all that good stuff. So, we take a look at all the feedback that you guys are leaving. Obviously we appreciate the constructive stuff a little bit more than the negative stuff. So, obviously there's always ways to improve. So we look, for you guys to help us find better ways of doing things. Even after 15 years of doing this stuff, it's, still learning new things and finding better ways of, finding stuff out. I don't think you want my Gambit. I can definitely do one, but I think that's more considered outside our art. But the next project that will be going live is from a gentleman named Aban Kahlo. He's a Marvel artist, super awesome Spider-Man stuff. We're nearing completion on his stuff. Torrin Clark's finished a few months ago, and his stuff's in production now and should be out the door sooner than later. We're working with Terry Dotson, Adam Hughes, Paulo Rivera. We've got a bunch of really cool stuff on the horizon that we're trying to get through, but we wanted to make sure, we're nearing completion of getting the Kubert stuff out before, getting that other, the other projects online. So we're hopeful that this will be cleared up, hopefully in the next few weeks, and kind of can move forward and making sure that's kind of settled. Sam Keith would be amazing. I absolutely adore his stuff. I spoke with Bachalo at a show a few months ago. He said he was interested, and then I just haven't been able to connect with him. I pinged Mark Bagley and have been kind of twist his arm, but haven't had any luck with him. He'd be amazing. Joe Madureira would be a phenomenal. Let's see. New Arthur Adams book. Yeah, we're over 400 pages so far with Arthur's. We do. Oh, hey Wayne. We do. I don't have the license right now to do DC stuff. We're working on that to see if we can make some stuff for some of the DC IP. So we've showed them some of the work we're doing, and they like the boxes and the whole concept with what we're doing on Kickstarter and what we wanted to do for you guys was, create these gift boxes. And I obviously they're in the back here, but including all these cool items like stickers and pins and postcards and prints and, all that kind of thing. So that's kind of the idea, was that we'd have these cool packages that are all self-contained with some of your favorite artists, work in them. Bagley would be great. I spoke with Bob Layton. I got to go bug Bob about doing one too. Suggestions. Joe Matter would be great. Adam already has one. Actually, Adam had a hardcover that came out over the pandemic. We're going to be at OAX in February with Arthur Adams is going, Mark Chiarello, Sean Crystal, Eric Canetti, David Finch. So there's a few spots open for commissions if you go to essentialsequential.com. As a matter of fact, I have a code, and I didn't want to make it so that it's just talking about business stuff. But there's a code currently at 10% off for everything on the site. But I think either later today or on Friday, we're going to increase certain artists to 20 to 30%. So keep an eye on there. Let's see. I've been bugging Brian for the last 3 years about doing a Stelfreeze Marvel book. He started it, but it's stalled since he's been busy with other projects. So I pinched it to Marvel. It's been approved, but I haven't been able to make any progress on it. Monday Night Draw 2. Yes. If you don't know, David started his Monday night draws again last night, right? Today's Tuesday. So he'll be live again next week, and we've talked about continuing and doing the Monday night season 2 art book once he's finished. So probably next year sometime we'll have some new content for that, because I think we have enough for a book 2, but maybe we'll combine book 2s and 3s and make it a little bit bigger. So that's being worked on. And Tony, I think a few of the guys were on Kickstarter on the comments saying they didn't like the pins and they didn't understand them, and didn't know why they were even included. So when I saw and heard that you like them, it made me feel at least somewhat vindicated, because I thought they were kind of cool. So for all the projects we've done, I think most of them, we didn't do one for Torrin, but we did one for Finch. We did one for Andy. The plan is to do these little collector pins for all the artists that we work with. I just thought that was kind of a cool little, add-on. Andy, we've talked about Andy coming to Heroes Con, I think for 2027, but it hasn't been confirmed. I've been trying to get him to go to Heroes for at least 10 years. And I think I'm slowly getting there. The pin damage your Andy card. That's not good. I can get you a new card, Wayne. That's not a problem. Lee Weeks collection. I talked to Lee about doing one as well. So I need to chat with him a little bit more about doing a Marvel one. And then hopefully doing a DC one with him as well. But I spoke with Lee late last week. So we're working on those as well. I think so. And Son Heroes is I think one of my favorite. That in Baltimore are the two shows that, if you haven't been to and you're an art collector or just a comic fan, you should get to, because the Artist Alley is insane, and it's just comics and just comic art. Fun. It's all family owned, run. So you don't really get a lot of the, actors and other stuff. It's just mainly comic book stuff. And that's where I met some of my good friends, just waiting in line and trying to get sketches from everybody. So those would be shows that I would check out if you have time next year. Javier got your book today, work at the hospital, delivered. Okay, hopefully it came in and didn't have any issues. I hope. If there are, let us know. I know Wayne said the pin kind of dinged one of his items, but for the most part, the feedback we've been getting is that the books have been coming in. Also, they're all hand packed in Texas. So they're taking extra time to make sure the orders are correct, that all the bits and pieces that you're supposed to get are in there, and that they arrive safely. So I know it sucks waiting so long, and I can tell you that it's been a big issue over here trying to get that out the door and making sure they're done somewhat promptly. But that's been our biggest hurdle, afterwards. So we'll continue to do so. And at the end of the day, obviously, we're still here getting stuff out and responding to people. We're not hiding. We're not going away. We want to make sure you understand that however long it's taking, it's out of our control, but at least it's slowly happening. And if you're able to support us in the future, they won't happen again. We'll have special codes set up just for you guys who would like to partake in future projects. But yeah, hopefully everyone. It's on the Kickstarter. It's to Caitlin's updates. We took out the part where you started undressing. I guess that was maybe for this one. So we took that out. The codes. So the codes we're working with Kickstarter now that we're getting ready for our next project. They told us we'll be able to have, it's called like a hidden, I forget how they put it, a hidden code or a hidden tier that's only accessible if you have a certain code. So once we have that information, we'll announce it and put it into Andy's updates, and we'll be able to, or maybe we'll send an email out. I don't know, just sending that stuff out. Then we get the gas and F you guys, I'm never doing that again, which kind of stinks. So we try to like do fun stuff like this, and people want to crap on it, which stinks. It's understandable to an extent, but at the end of the day, we're trying to do our best, try to make everyone happy. We want to, we don't want people to be upset with us, for some of these things. So we'll continue to try to offer really cool books and merch and add-ons, and hopefully you guys think that it's worth supporting. And if you have ideas or feedback that's constructive in ways that we can make it better, then please let me know. Like we're all fans. One of the reasons why I do this is because I wanted an X-Men book. Andy's one of my favorite artists, and his X-Men stuff was some of my favorite growing up. And I thought it'd be cool to, have a book of that stuff. So, I'm hoping we'll get to Adam Hughes's cover, Marvel cover pieces. There'll be a companion piece to his DC book, which was one of my favorites. Arthur is, another one of my favorite artists. So being able to compile all of his covers into one collection is going to be great. But also being able to, make cool door posters or puzzles or, these notebooks that we've developed with Marvel. We're going to have these for Adam and for Arthur, where if you're an aspiring artist, you can ink along or color or make notes, covers, sketch layouts and stuff with Arthur's art on it or Adam's art on it. I think is just kind of neat. So that's kind of the other segment, the other facet of what we're doing is trying to, just create some cool shit that you guys would like. The problem is we've, seen is facilitating it, because some stuff is done in China, some stuff is done in New York, Texas, Florida, Maryland. We have printers in places all over the world. So it's kind of difficult to facilitate those in a way that is also, say, financially doable with postage and everything that comes with making those products. So we can't, fit everything into one box and send it, unfortunately. So it's been a bit of a hurdle, in getting all that stuff kind of squared away. So I understand people's frustration when it comes to, some of the products that, they're getting dinged with extra taxes if they're international, or, extra shipping stuff, which for the most part, I've absorbed that cost on myself as well. So, we're trying to make this as painless as possible. Travis, excuse me, absolutely worth it. Thank you, stupid. Travis, appreciate the guys you make. We appreciate that feedback as well. The moleskins are some of my favorite stuff. I'm hoping to do more with other IP as well. Let's see. Wish the paper's a bit thicker to stop the ink bleeding through. So there's ink bleeding through. I didn't notice that on mine. We try to use higher quality papers and inks whenever we're doing these. But has anyone else had that problem with bleeding? Definitely can take a look there. The silk screens are done by the same companies that do the prints for Mondo, and I love Mondo prints. So we, again, those have to be shipped separately, and I don't think we put that in the Kickstarter. And that's another thing that we want to make sure is that, hey, poster tubes, door posters, any of that stuff has to ship separately. So there's going to incur another probably $15 charge, in the US for those. But we're working on a long shot number 1 for Arthur for his screen print. And maybe we'll make, I don't know if we could do like a poll to see what everyone wants, and we can just create those images, those pieces based on the polls that we can, take. Let's see. But we are entertaining the idea of taking breakdowns submitted by one of us and finishing them so it's a piece where the fan gets to work with some. That's not a terrible idea. As a matter of fact, we did a live stream with David Finch and Andy Kubert. Andy did the pencils, and David finished it and inked it. And it was really cool to see. As a matter of fact, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see we did some ink lines. We took Frank Miller blue lines, Tim Sale blue lines, Klaus blue lines, and had Sean Crystal or Klaus Jansen or Tim Sale ink over those blue lines and see the difference in finished product, which I thought was kind of cool. So that might be kind of an interesting thing to do. I can definitely ask them. Let's see, more silk screens. Yeah, we can actually, I have a few David Finch ones left over from his Kickstarter. So we have some Moon Knight number 1s that we'll prepare for David's next Kickstarter, probably mid to late next year. So what's up, Chris? Doing okay. Hope you're getting ready for the holidays. I don't know. I can go take a look and see what inks they're using, but so I don't know offhand. When we go and Chris, our designer, and David, our designer, goes and looks, they take care of all that stuff, knowing that at the end of the day, we're looking for a prestigious type of publication at the end of the day. So we want to use the better papers. I don't know if you noticed, there's gatefolds in all of our books. So we want to make sure we have cool images to use and that they're done properly. Some people will cut them out and hang them up as posters. So we, we're trying to find cool stuff for you. It's funny. Some guys, most of the feedback we've gotten about the silk screens have been positive. There's 1 or 2 guys that commented that they didn't like them, or they didn't like the price point. So we take that to heart in trying to add value to whatever we're putting on these projects. The trading cards, we were the last company that Marvel let create trading cards in the Kickstarters, because I don't know if you know, but Topps bought the license for some ungodly amount. So but the kibosh, we had a second set of Kubert ones ready to go, and they said we couldn't do it. And then we also created a set for Torrin Clark, and we're preparing some also for Arthur and Adam, and we were told we can't do them. So currently we are trying to get a sub license from Topps to let us do an Arthur Adams subset for his project. So we're working on that to reissue Arthur's 90s cards, if you remember those, and also do a handful of new, like, revisited, or cards that would be included, in the set. So I noticed, if you go to eBay, some people were selling their sets for like 50 or $100, because now, no other companies are allowed to do them. Let's see. Oh, for the moleskins. Yeah, we could take a look at the paper types there, because we also want to do one with Stelfreeze where you can actually paint and color. So the paper thickness might have to be a little bit different. So it might be something where we'll do chapters, and different chapters will have different paper qualities to correspond with what medium you're using. And I also spoke with Klaus Janson about doing one of those as well. So Klaus was on board, as well as David. David Finch wants to do one. So we're working with Marvel to add that to our license, to produce those outside of Kickstarter. But currently, the only spaces you can get these art within the Kickstarter projects. So that's another reason why we wanted to create some of this cool stuff, because we're not allowed to create them outside of the Kickstarter environment. So we're trying to take advantage of using all those cool items just for Kickstarter. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully, if we do another one for Andy, we're hoping, we're trying to establish a relationship with Topps and also Upper Deck to let us do some of these subsets. And we've been talking with them for the last few months to try to get that to happen. So fingers crossed they'll work with us and letting us do like a 5 or 10 card subset. That's either a Kickstarter exclusive or something along those lines. But the problem is that there's a million different lawyers, different million, IP lawyers and Disney and all those guys. And there's a lot of money that those guys spend. So it's reasonable that, they're not really going to give us, some time to do these more niche projects. So for the trading cards, we only printed, I think, like 1,000 sets. So out of basically all the trading cards in the last few years, they're super limited. And I'm hoping they'll be, super collectible in the future, but they are pretty rare. Let's see. Let's see. Ink. I would say maybe just put a piece of Bristol board in between those pages, then, so they don't bleed through. That's what I do on my notebooks or my sketchbooks when I bring them to other artists to work on. So that would probably be the best bet. Yeah, I would use do they have on both sides? Let me take a look, but that's a good idea though. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, so they're double-sided there on some of them. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I don't know if Dave's work. Some of the designers are watching the thing. We'll make a note to use thicker paper, at least on some of those, so that's not interfering on the subsequent pages. But that's a good idea, actually. How is Marvel to work with on all of this? Pretty awesome, actually. They approached me about taking the license and helping creators utilize their art to make art books and prints and stuff. The hard part is I've been self-publishing for about 15 years. So I didn't have to ask permission for stuff. It was really, hey, let's do this. Cool. Let's do that. Boom, done. And I can have a book out within, a month, within 3 to 4 weeks. The Finch Monday Night Season Draw we had out relatively quick because it was all self-contained in our sphere. So it was super easy. So going through and having to, go through Disney and learning their corporate way of doing things isn't easy to do, at least for me. And we also only usually work, in our little circles, very niche. So it's a whole different kind of ball game. But it's been interesting to learn, and the people there have been wonderful. And getting the opportunity to, to work with Andy and do stuff. Like I got to pick the characters on the X-Men book, and I was like, what, this is the coolest thing ever. I get to choose which X-Men characters are going to be on the cover. So the nerd part of me freaked out, being able to do some of that stuff, and then be able to hang out and, talk to Andy about, the different book, the different pieces and what we're going to put in there and that different stuff was amazing. It's so much fun. The hard part now is, getting emails or, things aren't going to plan, and having to, deal with unhappy people is terribly difficult because, who likes to make people unhappy? We do this because we enjoy it. We want to make cool stuff for fans of Andy or anyone else really, for that matter, to collect and enjoy. So when that doesn't happen, it's pretty, soul breaking, basically. Randy, we worked with Peach for a little bit when she first started. She's fucking amazing. One of the best new artists to pop in there for a while. Took note of the paper. So Dave's on it. For the next ones, we'll make sure that the paper thickness is better to absorb, not only absorb the ink, but then won't infringe on the next image. So we'll either have to swap them out so that there's no issues in using and utilizing all of the blue lines, but that makes sense. Let's see. I do have the overages here of the sets of, I think there's Wolverine, whatever the packs, and then we have foil Wolverines, and I think Sabretooth. I think so. There are some overages that we made backups in case of damages and stuff. So once we're done and getting everything their stuff and make sure that we don't need to send anything else out, we'll either incorporate them into future projects or, make some available, depending on what they are, and it's not intruding on any, current licenses. So that's the only other thing we want to make sure that we're not, stepping anyone's toes, as it were. Yeah, let's see. Is anyone even left? I feel like I've been talking forever, as a matter of fact. That'll help. All right, so to go everything else, we'll let everyone know who's won stuff via email. Either myself or Caitlin will reach out and send emails. There is some Black Friday sales going on in Essential Sequential. If anyone's interested in buying some original art, you can do so at your leisure throughout the holidays. I think it's currently 10%, but if you wait a little bit longer, I think it's going up to 20 to 30% on certain artists. So please follow us on social media and take a look, because we will be getting stuff out the door and adding more art and all kinds of fun stuff. Yes. So let's see. We did sketch cards, and I'll include them as well in some orders. But if you visit us at conventions, we've got some sketch cards that we made. But as far as character cards, yeah, those were the first ones we made for with any IP, and it was pretty fun. We actually created a whole nother set for Torrin Clark, which came out really cool, but they got nixed by Marvel because obviously Topps, had the license to do them. So unfortunately, barring any other sub licenses, we won't be able to do anything. At least Marvel ones. We're hoping that DC will talk to us about doing some stuff in the near future. Thanks, Chris. If you don't know the Batman statue collector, he's got a podcast, a live stream talking about statues and stuff. So you can check his stuff out if you like that stuff. I of course don't like statues or any of that nerd stuff. So thanks, Wayne. I appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you at OAX. We'll start our convention season there, I think, for 2026. Caitlin, good night. Happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you taking the time. Yep. Dave actually designed the whole set for Torrin and spent the time to actually do everything. And then it got torpedoed after we did all the work. So that was a bit unfortunate. All right, guys. I'm gonna go finish a drink here and then play some Call of Duty and try to enjoy the weekend with my family. If you're watching this on a recording, again, thank you for the support with the Kickstarter stuff. Any chance getting back? Yeah. In the new year, once we have some more stuff to promote, it's kind of we have to twist it. So coming on isn't his main, I think, fun thing to do. But we got him online with Dave Finch and also at Ink Pulp. So if you go, you can watch him over there. And I'm trying to get him so he'll come and draw and do like ink along stuff with us, where we can watch his process and see how it differs from when David inks or Klaus inks, and compare and contrast the same image but with different inks and see how they come out. So we were doing those over the pandemic a bit more. And actually Arthur Adams came on and did some stuff with Ink Pulp. So he seems to be a little bit more amenable to spending some time with us and showing us his process, which is really cool to watch. So, please, follow us on social media. Really appreciate you guys' patience and support with this stuff. It's been a bit of a nightmare over here, having to let you down and missing deadlines, and overall not being able to get things out in a timely fashion. But they are coming. I really hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving and holiday season if we don't talk to you soon. And have a safe and happy and healthy holiday. We'll check you next time.